Senator John Thune proposed an amendment to the Inflation Reduction Act on the Senate floor Sunday. His amendment focused on a corporate minimum tax, saying that the tax as it was would have a negative effect on small businesses. Thune urged fellow senators to support his amendment to, quote, help ensure that our nation's small and medium-sized businesses aren't hit with the misguided and entirely inappropriate $35 billion tax hike. Senator Ron Wyden spoke out against the amendment, saying, quote, there are no tax increases on small businesses in our bill. Thune's amendment did ultimately pass, with a vote of 57 to 43.
Number 5472 to amendment number 5194.
Mr. President, Democrats say that the book minimum tax will apply only to very large corporations with a 3-year average financial statement income in excess of $1 billion. But as their bill is currently proposed, and this change occurred basically in the last 24 hours, the bill would now require unrelated companies of any size held by funds or partnerships to combine their otherwise unrelated income to determine if they meet an aggregate $1 billion income threshold, subjecting each respective company to the book minimum tax, even if its own income is far too low. This significant expansion of the tax has the potential to subject thousands of American businesses to the book's minimum tax as administrative and financial burdens. The nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation said this change would raise $35 billion in taxes on potentially thousands of small and medium-sized businesses, not merely 100 or so large companies, as our Democrat friends would have you believe. My amendment is fully offset by extending for 1 year the cap on the state and local tax deduction enacted in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and I encourage my colleagues to support this amendment and help ensure that our nation's small and medium-sized businesses aren't hit with a misguided and entirely inappropriate $35 billion tax hike.
Mr. President.
Senator from Oregon.
Mr. President, there are no tax increases on small business in our bill. The only companies that are paying under our bill are corporations with at least $1 billion in profit per year. Republicans are calling private equity giants and foreign corporations with at least $1 billion in profits small businesses because they want private equity and foreign corporations to get more favorable treatment. Rather than close loopholes for billion-dollar private equity firms, Republicans would raise taxes on those making less than $400,000 per year. I urge a no vote.
On this measure, the yeas are 57 and the nays are 43, and the amendment is agreed to.